Hello, but welcome back to the United Way for your latest Manchester United news and transfer rumours. Today we're going to be discussing a little bit Mason Greenwood, Jadon Sancho, Matthias Ligt, Ligt United. A little bit of news that's come out in the last couple of moments with Michael Elise. Chelsea have open talks with him. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Euros and the plans we have on the channel for the Euros. Because look, I know someone said, look, the basic plans, doing watch-alongs. But what more we can do during them watch-alongs? Because look, it's going to be a long watch-alongs. But I'm looking forward to them watch-alongs, and I'm looking forward to getting into today's show. Hopefully, it can do well because the numbers recently they've been pissing me off. I'll be honest with you. And again, it's not your fault, no one's fault. YouTube, just algorithm can just be a kick at the teeth. If algorithm wasn't a thing, we'd all be on 1 million subscribers by now. But yeah, but look, hope everybody is doing well. In a miserable day in Ireland, anyways. Not sure what it's like in your part of the world, but where I am, rainy, cloudy, miserable, cold. Yeah, we're in summertime and it's cold. Nothing new when it comes to Ireland, but yeah. Look, bits to discuss today. Tomorrow, actually, there won't be a new show because I have a driving lesson, so that's one of the reasons. But tomorrow night, we'll be here for the watch along for Scotland, Germany. But look, as you can see, the man on your screen is Matthias Ligt. He was mentioned yesterday in the stream, actually, and I didn't think we would have been linked to him, but here we have it. So, coming out from Play Goal, he has said Manchester United are closely monitoring Matthias Ligt. Ten Hag is still a big fan, and Bayern will allow him to leave for a suitable offer. So, obviously, Ten Hag and actually Matthias Ligt were with each other at Ajax, so, they know, Ligt and Ten Hag know each other fairly well. And look, you look at Matthias Ligt, he's a big, tall, strong defender. Looks like he could be an aggressive bloke. And you hope that if we do bring him in, we bring him in for the right price, because I don't want us to overpay. How's things, Jay? United pal, hope you're doing well. Nice to have you in, and appreciate that you subscribed as well. Literally just popped up on the bottom right corner on my laptop, so I appreciate that, pal. And again, if anyone hasn't liked the video or subscribed, honestly, it means the world if you can, because I presume we're 5 away now from 1,000 subs, and we'll be doing Euro watch-alongs coming from tomorrow, Saturday, Germany, Scotland tomorrow night, Spain, Croatia Saturday, Denmark, England next Thursday. But we could have some during the week as well, because they don't want to have Saturday and then have a big gap then till Thursday. So big how things, Jay, pal. Hope you're doing well. Oh, nice to have you here. Nice to have you here. You're welcome. Make yourself at home. Turn on the kettle like a cup of tea. But like Matthias Ligt, like, again, he hasn't really played a lot for Bayern this season. Injuries have sort of been a pain for him this season. It's been sort of Eric Dyer and Kim Min-jae who've been sort of the centre back partnerships for Bayern this season. So again, obviously to let him leave, how much are Manchester United willing to spend? How much are Bayern willing to let him go for? There's a lot of things, and what's the contract and what's the wages? Look, the wages sort of never really come into to play when it comes to Manchester United signing players. Trust me, look at the players we signed in previous years. It doesn't really matter when it comes to Manchester. You want 5,000? You want $5,000 a week? There's $5,000 a week. Take it. But yes, so I never know. Like you never know how things can play out. You really don't, because again, Todibo is also another defender. Jay says he's good. No worries, pal. Nice to hear that. Nice to hear that you're doing well. But yeah, like I'd love to find out how much he's actually like his actual worth, because Todibo could be worth around 25-30 million, and the Ligt could, would he be a little more pricey because of I'm sure he's a good he's 24, so like he's still a young player, like he still has a couple of years ahead of him as well. He went from Ajax to Juventus from Juventus to Bayern. They only joined Bayern with 65. Jay United says Ligt for 35 to 40 mil is a steal. Yeah, I mean that price, I don't say no to that price, 35, 40 mil. Again, one thing we can probably say about Ligt, Tariq says Ornstein and Fabrizio tweet. Did they tweet out? Was that about Elise? Yeah, I seen that. I seen that about Elise. Yeah, I did see that, Tariq. Yeah. Chelsea opening talks with Elise. I mean, look, I would have liked an Elise at Manchester United. I don't know why we're not, up and up a gear, because, it looks like he could be going for Chelsea. But I'll read it out anyways, because the Mail Sport and everyone's coming out with it. So coming out from Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea have approached Crystal Palace today to ask about further details of Michael Elise's release clause. He's among top targets for Chelsea, as Chelsea asked for permission to talk with players' side. Race still open with several clubs keen. Chelsea are now pushing. Suppose he's meant to be worth like 60 mil. Let me have a look here. Yeah, something like 60 mil and a release clause and some shit like that. He's going Chelsea, says Tariq. Well, it looks like it, doesn't it? It looks like it, the way things are going. Chelsea are definitely the club that are, getting more serious about it day by day, which is a bit of a shame, because I would have liked them to come to Manchester United. Again, we may not, try and buy him, but maybe too little, too late. It just may be too little, too late, unfortunately. As well, but look, you do hope that we can get something done. Jay United says, unfortunately, it's reported Lisa has agreed personal terms with Chelsea. Now it's the fee to be finalised. Was that posted as well? Let me have a look. Fabrizio Romano. I take it Fabrizio posted it. Or was it Fabrizio Romano? Elise Palmer is going to be scary. Yeah, it is. It is actually. I can't say it isn't, because it will. Afternoon, Richard Pal. Hope you're doing well. Nice to have you in. But again, if anyone hasn't liked the video, please do like the video. It helps the channel out a lot, the algorithm, all that sort of stuff. And please do subscribe if you haven't already. I'd really, I'd appreciate that highly. So again, Elise was sort of never our main priority. Was never our main priority. But we were linked with him. We were linked to him a few times. Richard says, who cares? Elise is not a priority. Well, exactly. He's not a main priority, but his name was in the mix, wasn't it? His name was in the mix, and the fact that it doesn't look like we're going to be getting him. Obviously, he's not. Hold on a sec. I was a bit glitchy there for a sec, so I don't think I am now. But if I am, do let me know, because that pisses me off. He gets I get info elsewhere. Me, fair enough. Ali says a baller, says Tariq. He is. I mean, you look at Eze. Like, Eze is a good player. Like, he's called up for the England squad, but Palace have like Eze and Elise. Like, they're two players that could easily get snatched up by another club. And if Elise has a good Euros with England, if he gets game time, someone else could come in for Eze. But one thing I want to ask, right? Do Chelsea not have enough players? Like, do they not have enough wingers, midfielders, all that sort of stuff? Jay, it says Ornstein and Fabrizio are good sources, but most of them are copy and paste sources. Some are copy and paste sources now. But one thing, we'll never, ever, ever, ever listen to that clown Jacob Steinberg ever again. And there's a few others as well I wouldn't really listen to either. Tariq says, remember what he did to us. Elise, Yeah, I mean, when we lost 4-0 to him a couple of weeks back, I remember that very well. And then I remember our last season, we were a goal up in injury time. Palace had a free kick. Elise steps up. What, as much as I hated them conceding, hated us conceding the late goal, the free kick was just. You just had to say, look, you just had to, you know, keep your head up and clap because it was a brilliant goal. Bowley got the cash. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he definitely does, Terry, pal. Jay, it says we need to act quick to steal Elise. Come on in, just get moving. Well, this is it. That's what I'm saying. Like, we need to hurry up, get the ball rolling now. Like, again, obviously, like Richard says, he's not our main. He's not really a priority, but his name has been mentioned. So again, whether we let him go to Chelsea, whether do Manchester United sit back now and say, all right, let him go to Chelsea and we'll do our own bit of business, or do we try and steal Elise going to Chelsea? I mean, again, you see if Romano, you said not too long ago that you preferred to go to Manchester United. So obviously, again, it's hard for Elise to come to Manchester United when we haven't really went in for him. We've been linked to him, but it's never been there. Like, we've never been. It's not been concrete like it is with Chelsea. Chelsea are moving quick. The Xavier's going to Marseille. Yeah, look, he can go where he wants. Supposing he rejected us. I'm happy he rejected us, to be honest with you. Let him go to Marseille. Aren't Brighton? Who the hell are Brighton bringing in? Like that's what I want to bloody know. Ollie. Jay says centre backs, CDM, centre mid, and striker is our priority. Yeah, exactly. We definitely need a defender, midfielder, and striker. We definitely need that. And again, do we see any defenders leaving Manchester United? Will we see? Will Maguire live? Or could Lindelof live? What's happening with Johnny Evans? Is he getting his new contract, or what the hell is going on? I don't know. I really, really don't know. But if we get rid of Maguire, well, then we have money. And then that's more money for a defender or two, or else you could buy one defender, bring in a midfielder or two, or a striker or two, whichever way you look at it as the main priority. Turek says now apparently Ollie is going to Leicester. Yeah, I did see that. I'd love to see Ollie go back into managing. Not Manchester United, as much as I love Ollie, but I would like him to see back managing again. Like, it's like, even Michael Carrick and Kieran McKenna as well, and those sort of blokes. Ollie, I'd like to see him back managing again. Managing Leicester, though. I mean, look, you never know. Let's see what you can do. I mean, Leicester back in the Prem. Let's see what happens there. Jay says Lindelof is the most likely to leave, in my opinion. Maguire will stay. Evans will probably stay and go into coaching. Well, supposedly, we're giving Evans a new contract, but I don't. Like, the season that's just ended, Johnny Evans didn't put a foot wrong when he played. He didn't. He didn't put a foot wrong when he played. Johnny Evans, but another year, he hasn't really got the legs to play as much games anymore. He hasn't got the legs. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've always Johnny Evans, like 35, 36, something like that. Like, he's not that 35, 36 is old, but for a player, it is. For a player, it is. But I would like to see, like, look at Johnny Evans when left us. Oh, not Johnny Evans, sorry. Phil Jones, sorry. Left Manchester United. Now look what he's doing then. Managing 37. Jesus, 37 again, older. Richard says the talks for Juventus for Greenwood are ongoing. Yeah, we will definitely discuss about that. We were just talking a bit about the Ligt there. We will get in about. I mean, it looks like Greenwood is going to be hitting the road. Tarek says, "I wish we hadn't sacked Ollie. I used to look forward to watching games again." I think the defeat against Liverpool and then the Watford game. I think that sort of was the final of the coffin for Ollie. But again, you look at even what happened with what happens. Obviously, Ten Hag, but look, I think, and then when we lost to Villarreal in the Europa League final, that was people were sort of turning around then. I actually backed Ollie for a long time as well. It's only at the end I was a bit like, he has to go. But yeah, he would like a coaching role. Yeah, I mean Johnny Evans. Like I just don't see he's going to get much game time this season because you have Ligt back, then you have just say if Maguire stays and Lindelof, then you even have the young lad Cambuala too. So, and then if we probably, I hope we bring in a defender because if you don't bring in a defender, well, then next season's not going to be any better. Tarek says Greenwood was a generational talent. Shame he did what he did. Oh, he was Terry. He definitely was a generational talent. But again, what he done, fucking yeah. I mean, look, we won't get into it now, but yeah, definitely not a good thing. What happened at all? Look, it's his own fault. That's all we can say. He's 37, like, yeah. I mean, yeah. Jay says Evans will turn into a Huddlestone. Yeah, he's left us now, hasn't he? We signed him, and then he didn't even play with the senior team, which they really expected him to. But yeah, Mateta cooked Johnny Evans. Well, Crystal Palace cooked us in general that night. Let's be brutally blunt. But if anyone hasn't liked the video yet, please do. Much would appreciate, and do hit that subscribe button if you also haven't. Tomorrow we will have the 4th Euro watch along. I'm looking forward to your watch along, so I hope you can join us for them. Just like you do with the news shows and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, but back to the news. Yeah, look, I mean, it'd be interesting to see. It will be interesting to see what happens with the defender situation. But I do hope we do bring in a defender. I hope we do that because it needs to be done. It needs to be done. Because if again, Ligt, a good defender, but you just worry about him. If he picks up another knock, we're screwed. We're screwed. Jay says Huddlestone has left, yes, but he helped with the coaching the youth team as a player coach. Yeah, look how the youth team did. They smashed it, didn't they? They done very well. The youth are doing very well though, aren't they? Like the Manchester United youth, they're doing very, very well, which is what you'd love to see. Tariq says I don't want us to sign delete no more Ajax players, PTSD. Yeah. I mean you could say Leach has walked out. I know he's had 2 big injuries, but it's worked out. Like he hasn't played bad since he's arrived. Anyway, that's what I think. Anyways, maybe he could remind me of a few games he's played bad, but that'd be a bit unfair. I'm alright. Look, we're monitoring him, but that monitoring is it doesn't really mean much, does it? It's basically just like we're keeping our tabs open. He's there. He's an option, but that doesn't mean we're going to go for him. Just like Chalobah and all them players like that. Like Adebayo, I call him Adebayo. He could have came to us, but then as soon as he was going to Chelsea, we were like, oh bollocks, we could have gotten shit. Well. Jay says Tariq Delete was Bayern's best centre back according to Bayern fans last season. He's gone for around 25 million. That's a steal. Why we signed Anti the fidget spinner over Kudus, I'll never know. Yeah, the fidget spinner. Yeah, look, what happened. Unfortunately, we can't really go. We can't change the past. We can't change the past. But look, Matty Silly, an option. We'll see what happens with him. And that was to come from Play Goal as well. So for anyone who is only joining, Manchester United are supposedly closely monitoring Matthijs de Ligt. Ten Hag is still a big fan, and Bayern will allow him to leave for a suitable offer. So that is that bit of news. But now we'll get stuck into Mason Greenwood. Manchester United have made progress. Juventus have reached a general agreement with Manchester United and his entourage. Juventus have made a proposal worth around £40 million for Mason Greenwood. Talks between the clubs are at an advanced stage. So it looks like Mason Greenwood will be going to Juve. Juventus and Mason Greenwood have sort of been flirting for quite some time now. Quite some time. So look, Greenwood leaving, it's not really a big shock. We all know he was going to go because if he came back to play in the Premier League, what I think would happen is he wouldn't be able to walk out on the pitch. It is what it is. Tadibo, yeah, I'd want us to bring on Tadibo. I'd like us to bring in Tadibo as well. It's probably cheaper too. Richard says, this much is for sure. We are not getting our money back on Anthony. Well, no, we're not. We're not. But look, let's just you sort of have to like again, unless we sell him, but we're not. Even if you want to sell Anthony, you're not getting 90 mil or anything ridiculous like that for him. But again, like we could have probably got him for cheaper, but Manchester United do what they do best, and I'm fucking pay. Arnold, Morta. Yeah, we could have got him, but we overpaid. We overpaid, and we've done it. We've done it with Mason Mount as well. And some would say we probably overpaid at Rasmus Højlund too. Like just. I find it hard. It's like one of them situations where you find it hard to put 2 and 2 together. Tariq says, I think he's going to cook with Thiago Motta at Juventus. Motta is a great coach. Yeah, I mean, look, I think like as much as what Greenwood done a long time ago was bad, he is a good player. He is a good player, and I think he'd do well with any club. To be really honest with you, I'm sure his form is not up to scratch like it was before that incident, but I'm sure he'd do well with any club. But Juventus, going to Italy, Serie A, Juventus always in there. They're thereabouts. I think he could help Juventus out a lot, and I'm sure, Thiago Motta is a good manager. I'm sure he is. Getting a job at any big club like Juventus is. I mean, I seen one of it. Was it Allegri or some madman like that at a football match going mental, taking off, his suit jacket and then ripping his tie off or something like that. I've seen it. I think it was the Juventus coach. Obviously, he's gone now, but imagine Ten Hag going ballistic like that in the sidelines. You'd be like, listen, Ten Hag, we all love you, but relax. Jay says, Saliba, I love as a right centre-back, and Inacio as left centre-back. Others I'd like is Euro, Antonio Silva. That's about it for my short list of centre-backs this window. Yeah. I mean, look, Euro, again, like, the price for him is a bit much. Antonio Silva I would like, but I don't think we'll get him. Inacio and Todibo have been thereabouts. Like, my defender, he'll be sort of my short list. Probably similar to yours, Jay. Todibo, Inacio, Antonio Silva, and maybe throw Bremer in there. And then Matisse Deli. Tarek says, we get abused if you return, even if you're up the league apart, the backlash should be huge. Oh, yeah. And if Manchester United took him back, I think I'd be pissed off with them. Like, I'd be pissed off. I wouldn't give Greenwood abuse. Like, I wouldn't be here shouting, oh, you're this, you're that. But I'd be seriously pissed off with the club. Richard says, I would like Bremer as our centre-back. Yeah, I mean, look, like, again, like, the defenders that we've been mostly talking about have been sort of linked to, like, Bremer, plays for Juve. Again, like, could we do a deal? Like, for people that wouldn't mind bringing in Bremer, could there be a deal there that we could bring in? We could give them we give them Greenwood, but then would that be fair? Like, it depends how much Bremer is worth. Like, is he worth 40, 50 mil or something ridiculous like that? How much is he worth? Like, again, Bremer looks like he could be an aggressive defender alongside Ligt. Ligt is aggressive. I'm sure having another aggressive defender would be it. But again, I don't know a lot about Bremer, where I probably know a little bit more about Todibo and Matisse Deli and them sort of defenders. Jay says Mikael Fay is an honourable mention, though. He has a very high bar on the right test. I've never heard of him, actually. Sounds familiar, but like, he sounds like, I feel like I have. Maybe I have heard it before. I could be wrong. I feel like when I see his face, I'll be like, bollocks. We'll look him up anyways. Just have a look. What's his name? Mikael Fay. Senegal. Barcelona. Yeah, Barcelona. Yeah, just seeing him there. He's 19, and he's only worth 5 mil according to transfer market. Again, like, there's a few defenders. Like, again, would he be a defender? You fucking hell, even Bayern Munich are interested in Elise now. Fuck yeah, now. Yeah, shit. But anyways, yeah, 19 years of age, plays for Barcelona, obviously the academy. Um, yeah, I mean, look, I mean, fuck off. Oh, definitely an option, but again, our issue is we bring him in. Probably not. Three appearances for Barca, 4 goals. Obviously, this is the youth Barcelona team. He can play as a left back too. So you never know. You just never know. It was Allegri that he was going mad. Jay says Faye is in the youth academy at Barca. It looks so good. Yeah, like I said, I haven't really heard much of him, so that's why I was a bit like, who? But now looking him up again, like there's players there, but we're not so like Manchester United aren't like you look at other clubs who would bring in these young players and gel them through. We don't really seem to do that. Like, we wouldn't bring in a Faye because we'd like now we'd want to get it done now. I know, Ineos want to have this thing of bringing in young players as well and all them sorts of players, but our issue is we probably won't. We probably won't. But if you do bring in new players, you're probably not going to get some like, it's probably someone worse that we never heard before. Tapsoba says Tariq. Yeah, again, another centre back option. But look, I want to talk about Mason Greenwood actually because, we could be possibly getting 40 million for Mason Greenwood. What are we saying? Are we saying yes, or are we a bit? I want more. I want more for Greenwood. Why is my fucking stream acting the maggot? It's so annoying. But yeah, like again, like you do look forward to who we do bring in. Like my main option would be Todibo. That would be my option to bring in a centre backs. But yeah, let's see what happens there. As well, take 40 million for yeah. If anyone can actually share our stream around, honestly, that would be also much appreciated as well. So if you can like, share, subscribe, I'd highly appreciate that as well if you can do so. But yeah, actually, I wanted to again about Sancho too. Actually, but you just probably do so. Jay said, "I'd be happy with 20 mil for Greenwood. I tipped him as the next CR7 at United. What a shame." Yeah, look, I'm sure people tipped him for a lot of things, but again, that incident, that's a big, bump in his football career. But look, like I said, I'd take anything for him. I don't want him at the club. Good player or not. No thanks. £20 all that million. Oh, £20, Jesus. Yeah, right. £20. I mean, I'm sure anyone would take that. 20 pounds. £20. Oh God. We should put a Ballon d'Or clause. I don't think he's going to win any Ballon d'Ors unless he goes to Barcelona or Real Madrid or some team like that in years to come. But then maybe. But yeah, imagine we put a Ballon d'Or clause in though. I tell you what, Tariq. £20. I don't know where I got 20. I just think it's just I'm so used to just seeing talking about millions as if I had millions. I wish I had £20 in my pocket. But anyways, actually, I put a bet on today actually for the Euros. I put a bet on. I'll probably be raising come the end, but I put a bet on. I want Portugal to win the Euros, and I backed them to win the Euros. So there's your guess. No more luck now. Fucking Albania win the cup thing now. No, you just know, don't you? You just know. But anyways, that's enough. That's I know. Yeah. Passion emergency to no. You should laughing at what Jay says. Even I'm laughing at it. So yeah, no qualms. But again, Jadon Sancho. So Manchester United have made progress on departures for Jadon Sancho and Mason Greenwood as they step up plans for the transfer window. Again, Jadon Sancho, another player who we're probably not surprised that will also leave Manchester United. Look, how much you probably would you get 40, 50 mil for Sancho? Obviously with Ten Hag staying now, there's no chance of him coming back to the club. If he does, well then look, the only chance he probably has to come back is if he apologises to Ten Hag, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. Tariq says Sancho 50 mil minimum. Yeah, 40, 50 mil. I think we did want 50 mil for him, but then Borussia Dortmund were like, oh, that's a bit too much. Yeah, but much if we want them for one of these players. Tariq says, if he apologises, would you give him a second chance? I think Ten Hag would give him a second chance if he apologised. I think what Ten Hag said that after the Arsenal game about, when Ten Hag said what he said, and then, Sancho put out a tweet, Sancho made the situation a lot worse. We just all took it as, right, fair enough. I'm sure they'll move on. I'm sure Sancho, but look, apologise, yeah, but if you give him a second chance, he needs a talking to. Like, you can't be acting the fool. You play for, say, Manchester United, and this is your career, not mine. This is your career, so I want you. Like, I'm sure Ten Hag would love Sancho to play from, but no one wants a football player who is like that. I look at Sancho. I think he has a bit of a big ego, and I don't want. I don't want. Look, I take him back if he apologised, but he needed talking to. Like, he needed talking to. Basically, like when you were a child, if you done that and wrong, or had a tantrum, and then you got a talking to, something similar like that. Maybe give him a slap. I'm only messing. Jay says Sancho around 40 mil mark. I had to read that just in case you said £40 because. Richard says, no, just know for the past 6 years what ethos of our club is, and I don't want pieces of shit like that. Innit? Well said, Richard. Tarek says Borussia Dortmund have standards, sacked their manager after making UCL final and making Champions League. I don't really know how that's standards, because if your manager makes the Champions League final and he does a job, obviously he's a good manager. So, yeah, I don't really see how that's standards. That's like saying if we won the Champions League, then you sack Ten Hag. It's not really that's alone your standards, because then Bayern probably won't, or Borussia Dortmund probably won't be in the Champions League final again. Not anytime soon, anyways. And then who the hell are they going to bring in? It's funny, there's managers there, but watch Klopp go back to Dortmund. Imagine if Klopp goes back to Borussia Dortmund after saying he's going to take a year's break. I'd love that. Richard says, get Sancho out as well. Bring him back and loan him to Wayne at Plymouth. Yeah, I'm sure Al Rooney would give him a talking to. Tarek says because he wanted to win the league. Well, I mean, not even Arsenal, Liverpool could win the league because of Man City. So, yeah. Jay says, you know what I'd love? Sancho swap deal for Xavi Simons at PSG. Players like Rashford and Sancho are PSG style of players. Yeah, Xavi Simons looks like he's a good young. He's very quick as well, and he's young as well. Xavi Simons. Yeah, I'd like. I wouldn't mind how Xavi Simons, but again, I think they're players that will probably never going to get anytime soon. PSG probably just be that team, but remember years to come. I remember PSG had Mbappe and Messi and Neymar and Zlatan and Cavani and Xavi Simons. Remember all those top players they had. You know what I mean? And then they all just go. Like before, everyone else is just going to leave PSG, and then no one will want to watch. I mean, does anyone even watch the French league? I have no interest in it whatsoever. Richard, I agree. Look, Sancho and Rashford, like PSG always seem to be in there when it comes to Marcus Rashford. When it comes to Marcus Rashford, PSG, you haven't been sniffing around Rashford as of yet, but you never know how things might plan out when it comes to Sancho, where's he gonna go? Rashford, PSG always seem to be in for him, but never seems to be a bid there. Yeah. Jay says I watch most leagues and the youth games. Like I watch obviously the Manchester United youth team play, but I wouldn't watch like other. Like I'd watch like maybe I'd watch. Like, don't get me wrong. I'd watch say the Bundesliga or the Serie A, but the French league I just have zero interest whatsoever. Richard says, I like Marcus and I will give him this season, but I don't think he's going to find his form again at United. I hope he does. Like I really, really hope he does because there is a player there, but unfortunately we're not seeing that player. Like we're not seeing that Rashford we're seeing, last season when he was banging in goals, every game. Like, he was there. Like if you bench him and even if you brought him on as a sub, he was scoring the goals. He was quick. He was rapid. This season, it's like it just doesn't look like he wants to really run. He's running, but it's just sluggish. Like the FA Cup final was probably for the season he had, probably it was a better performance, anyways. Which I was surprised if he even played Marcus Rashford. But in the end, obviously, it done something right. But look, yeah, again, like he does need to up his game because if he doesn't do well this season, then I'm sure Manchester United and Ten Hag be sort of thinking, look, yeah, there's a player there, but I just can't get the best out of him, so I think it's best he moves on. Tariq said 20-year-old Sancho was not Mega Neymar and team in the Champions League and was being labelled as the English Neymar. Shame how it turned out. Yeah, exactly. Tariq was good, but when you brought him in, no one else was chasing him. Yeah, exactly. Took us about 2 years or something to buy Sancho. Ollie, we signed him on that Ollie, didn't we? Ollie, when Ollie was manager, we brought him in. But again, Sancho never clicked into gear. That left wing it's like apart from Garnacho who plays more on the right now. Like just loves to have a left winger who could do a job, and you don't have to worry about how is he going to play today? What should we expect today? Where Rashford are sort of saying, well, what Rashford should we expect to see today? Like you know what I mean? Other clubs don't have that. I like Rashford. I don't think he'll leave us this season, anyways. But he needs to up his game. And look, maybe not going to the Euros with England is probably a good thing. Some would say, because then he can focus on himself and get his hoodie up and get his career back on track and get up to speed. But here's hoping, anyways, because like you think Rashford is very inconsistent. Good one season, poor the next, and same with weeks. Good 1 week, poor the next. Tariq says 2019. 2020 season, Sancho got 45 goals, assists, something. Yeah, goals, assists, whatever you want to call it. You just at Dortmund he done well, but even when he went back to Dortmund alone, but this time around, I don't know why I said goals the game, but anyways, do we have it? I know what you meant though. Do Manchester United poor? Go back to Dortmund, good. I mean, like he did when he went back to Dortmund on his loan, he done very, very well. Jay says if Rashford stays, he needs a huge wage reduction, 350k a week to play that lazy. I'll never forget his performance versus Newcastle. No excuses for it. Goals, assists. Yeah, I got that. I think I said it. Tariq. But yeah, look, doesn't matter what player it is. No player you guys pay that much a week should be lazy. You know what I mean? They're getting paid 350 grand a week. I don't want to see you, walking around that pitch. I want to see you running. I want to see you pressing and challenging for everything. And when you get the ball, make it work. You know what I mean? Don't bloody hurry up. You know what I mean? Don't hurry up. But yeah, I don't know. I really hope again. But again, I don't think Rashford will want to take a wage reduction. I don't think he will. I mean, how many years does Rashford have left on his contract? Did we give him a new contract a season or two ago? As well. Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Don't want to criticise him, Jay. He bought me 3 double vodkas at a point. Oh, Richard. So you were out with Marcus Rashford that night in Belfast. I see. It's all coming out now. Oh, Richard, you're a madman. I told you when I was calling and I was seeing it, I was like, 45 goals, assists. 45 goals and assists is crazy when you deep it. Oh, no, it is, yeah, it is. It is, yeah. But that was that at Manchester United? You look at Anthony, smashed out Ajax, came to us in the bin. You know what I mean? Poor as well, But look, here's hoping that we can get it done. I know Sean Richard is a great guy off the pitch, but when it comes to football, I want to see players playing football. Yeah, Richard says he had a half bottle of beer, and after that he was drinking bottled water. This is you know what it is? Richard and Rashford are best friends out there. They're close buds. You know what I mean? There's a bromance there. I'm sure you made me up now, because Euros is on. You made me up, but drinking bottled water. I find it hard to believe. Maybe after he had a few points, maybe after he had a few points. But yeah, back to you, Jay. Exactly, when it comes to football, that's your job. If your job is to stack the shelves, you stack the shelves. If your job is to, paint the walls, you paint the walls. Don't really paint the floors and, be working on the tails if you're meant to work on the shelves and all that crap. When you play football, that's your job. Now do it. He was nominated for Ballon d'Or. He was Sancho or Rashford as well. But yeah, look, last bit of news is I want to discuss about Erik ten Hag. So Ineos are keen to hand responsibility for recruitment to dedicated staff led by incoming sporting director Dan Ashworth, technical director Jason Wilcox, chief scout Steve Brown, and director of football negotiations Matt Hargreaves. Richard says, no, I asked him for himself and he said no because of the situation. He said, I will buy you a drink, but got his autograph. Oh, Sancho Tariq, fair enough. Tariq says, Rashford is 10 times a player Garnacho will ever be. I think Garnacho is a good player and he's only 19 years of age, so, if he's playing well now, I can't wait when he gets. You only get better and better as well. He's only 19. As well. Under new structure, Erik ten Hag will be allowed a voice on transfers, but his redefined role would centre on managing and coaching a squad largely assembled for him. Recruitment work is being undertaken during Manchester United's review, and Erik ten Hag will be briefed. Will be briefed on their progress now. Yeah, I mean, look, Richard, I'm sure you definitely prefer the drink over the selfie. I think anyone would. If you're in a pub and someone says, look, I won't take a photo with you and I'll buy you a drink. Well, then, yeah, that's all right. That's even better. They don't want to hassle you, but look, you push me. Garnacho ones in straight lines. No, it doesn't. But Rashford jogs around, but not even jogs, strolls around the pitch. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm not getting into these debates because, yeah. But if anyone hasn't liked the video yet, please do and subscribe. Be much appreciated. We do have the Euros watch-alongs tomorrow. And it'll be one of these watch-alongs where we won't even talk about Manchester United. We'll be just sitting here, having the crack, all that sort of stuff. Talking about anything, watching the match, commentating the match. Just a bit of crack, really. That's all I want. That's all I want. I want to have a bit of fun, deal watch-alongs, all that sort of stuff. Talk about anything. Favorite drink. What would you do if Margot Robbie was at your door? You know what I mean? I can't crack a joke and keep a straight face. Garnacho's brother is crazy. He blocked me on Twitter. Did he? Jesus Christ! Are you sure? I don't. I mean, Garnacho. It wouldn't. Obviously, he's not as famous as his brother now, but I mean, that's why you hate him. You should hate his brother, not Garnacho. I mean, if someone's brother blocked, if I had a mate and his brother got blocked, his brother blocked me, I'd take the brother, not Garnacho. I'd take Garnacho's brother, not his brother. I think Garnacho's brother. He tries to be. He thinks he's a Garnacho. He thinks he's Alejandro, but he's not Alejandro. He's the fuck is his first name? I don't know actually. Probably something like that. But that's why you hate him. Well, that's fair enough. That's first. That's first. I suppose so. But look, yeah. I've been, I've probably gotten blocked on Twitter, but honestly, getting blocked on Twitter, I couldn't care. You know what I mean? I Garnacho. If Garnacho blocked you, then first, but his brother did, so. Yeah, like Richard says, are you sure it wasn't a fake account? But then did you comment something about him, though? If you disrespect him, then maybe that's one of the reasons why he blocked you. Garnacho's brother is definitely on the spectrum first. But anyways, yeah. So I mean, I think that concludes the show. Well, look, I was staying on for a couple more minutes on you. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd really appreciate it if you could do so and like the video. I'd really appreciate that. I'm not sure if there'll be a new show tomorrow because I have an out driving lesson, and that's at 2 and it ends at 4. So then the watch along will be tomorrow night. Ten Hag talk. Oh yeah, Ten Hag talk. Yeah, bollocks. Forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah. What I was talking about, but I kept getting sidetracked. Ten Hag talk. Yeah. Joan Neves, 44 mil, rated 70 mil, sealed the deal. He is a good player, actually. I watched him play tonight against Ireland, and he is a good player, and he's just so calm on the ball. Him, Kobe Mainoo, and Bruno Fernandes. Richard says, I got to tell you something. 30 years ago, I had a load of kids over at Old Trafford, and one of the nastiest players was Peter Schmeichel. Whoa, really? I tell you what, it's true what they say. You learn something new every day. I didn't know that. I mean, look, I'm sure I'm sure most people still love Peter Schmeichel, even though he did go to Man City, but still a legend, Manchester United legend. Jay says Peter was a beast. I missed the 90s football. It was proper football back then. That's when players sort of, a player could get a nasty tackle, and then they don't run around on the ground and sit there. Like a player could get, a player's leg could be, back then a player's leg could be bleeding, or their face could be full of blood, or some mad shit like that, or their jersey would rip, something mad, and they'd be continuing on like nothing happened. Like, they're not missing a tooth and have a broken nose. Nowadays, you touch a player and he's on the ground for about 10 minutes. Yeah, sports gone soft. Tariq says, I'm not that angry at Eric Ten Hag staying, but giving him a new contract, that's a disgrace. Well, he's obviously going to get a new contract if we're keeping him. My dream manager is Inzaghi. Jesus. Nah, not me. Anyways, not me, Tariq. That's your opinion. That's totally your opinion. So I respect that. Richard says, I miss 70s football. It was proper football back then. I think I was born in the wrong time. I think I was born around the wrong time. Like the 70s, 80s, 90s. Yeah. Yep. Like the 70s. Yeah. Like, I reckon you and my dad would get along like that. Snap of the fingers. Because I'm sure, like, I mean, not even that, like, you don't know anyone else who supports Manchester. Obviously, I know people support Manchester United, but like, the stories that's that you hear, like, you love it. The story side you hear is just top of the pops. I mean, like the '99 Champions League final. I remember my dad saying when Ollie scored that late winner, he he screamed the house down and he nearly jumped through the TV. Like he nearly jumped through the TV. That's how obviously like, if you score a late winner on any final, you're going to be jumping through the TV. Zag would be good, but I want Ancelotti. I want Ten Hag. Loved it even when we got relegated. I mean, yeah, that's how strong, loyal Richard is when he went through the good and bad. Yeah, but look, we'll talk a bit about Erik Ten Hag because that's the last bit of news. That would be me. Yeah. I mean, look, if Manchester United scored, like even now, if Manchester United scored a winning goal in a final now, I still go mad if it was in a normal game, but in a final, I'd probably go mental. Yeah, I'd honestly probably throw my laptop at the wall. I'd be that excited. Tarek says, but Ten Hag is not the best in class. Yeah, fair enough. Relegation was the best thing that happened to us in the 80s. Says Jay. I mean, it's mad that we actually did get relegated, but now look who we are. Mental stuff. I mean, I hope we never witness relegation, but I mean, look, still a long time to go in the earth, isn't there? Richard says, I think he is as good as every other manager we've interviewed. Yeah, exactly. Ten Hag is better than all the managers we've interviewed, honestly. Manchester United's contract negotiations with Erik Ten Hag will include key discussions about his role in the club's recruitment and the makeup of his coaching team. Ineos are keen to hand responsibility for recruitment to dedicated staff led by incoming sporting director Dan Ashworth, technical director Jason Wilcox, chief scout Steve Brown, and director of football negotiations Mark Hargreaves. Under the new structure, Erik Ten Hag will be allowed a voice on transfers, but his redefined role would centre on managing and coaching a squad largely assembled for him. Recruitment work was being undertaken during Manchester United's interview, and Erik Ten Hag will be briefed on their progress now. So yeah, obviously he'd be allowed a voice on the transfers, but his redefined role is basically managing and coaching the squad. Jay says, took Sir Alex about 5 years to get something. He nearly got us relegated, nearly got sacked. Cantona changed everything. Ten Hag is following the same path. I'll back Ten Hag 100%. Well said, Jay. I second that. Eric says, I want us to get relegated so Glazers can F off and so can Jim or Ratcliffe. That's probably the only way they'll go. I wouldn't want to see us getting relegated. Not in a million years. Jay says, I don't trust the Glazers. 80% control is too much, and I don't trust Ineos. Yeah, look, I'm sorry to keeping me tabs on Ineos, to be fair. I'm happy they kept Ten Hag. If they got rid of him, fuck them. But, I still want to look at the transfer side of things, and, when we start seeing the progress on the pitch, if we do, well, then let's see. Rahil says, glad they are keeping Ten Hag. Yeah, same. Terry says, are you saying Inzaghi and Ancelotti are worse than Ten Hag? No, I'm saying the managers that we interviewed, Ten Hag was better. Ten Hag is better than the managers we interviewed. Yeah. Inzaghi made it to the Champions League final and then bottled it. Was against City in his defence. But Ancelotti, there's a shout for Ancelotti, but yeah. But it says, everyone does not realise that the 90 and 90, we were 8th, and then we won the FA Cup. We won the Cup with Alex. Yeah, exactly. Where and look what Sir Alex Ferguson went on to do. Look what Sir Alex Ferguson went on to do. I'm not going to say one of the best managers ever. The best manager. Definitely the best Manchester United manager by a mile. So, I can see a pat's going on here. Fingers crossed. Anyways, fingers crossed. Exactly. Richard says Jay. Rahil says our transfer budget is 50 mil, plus proceeds from player sales. Yeah, look, we could get 40 mil for Greenwood and maybe 40, 50 mil for Sancho. So then he'd probably be into the 100 market then. 120, 130, maybe 140 mil. You know what I mean? So, but then, like Richard says, so they say. So here's hoping we don't get, robbed. I won the Serie A, bigger achievement than Ten Hag will ever achieve. Well, Ten Hag won the Eredivisie, so sort of at Brailsford is open to the idea of bringing in an external coach to work with Manchester United assistants Mitchell van der Gaag, and Steve McLaren. There's a feeling that an outside coaching appointment approved by Dan Ashworth and Jason Wilcox would help quickly implement a club-led game model rather than one determined solely by the manager. Rahul says, if this is the case, it's pitiful. Ratcliffe is all talk, no action, if that's the case. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully it's, actions speak louder than words, and that's what Ratcliffe should do. Thank you. But yeah, again, I know that when you come out, things sound exciting. Obviously Ten Hag, you have a bit of a say when it comes to transfers, but not a lot like he has in his first 2 years at the club. So yeah, Eredivisie isn't comparable to Serie A's quality is equivalent to the Championship. Okay, fair enough. Whatever makes you happy, but I mean, look, I hope we can bring in a couple of players. Look what happened to Frank de Boer. Yeah. Yeah, maybe it is competitive, but Ten Hag still won titles as well. But yeah, Inzaghi, no thanks. Well, thank you. Yeah, Rahul. Apparently, Ashwood was looking for a yes man manager. This is status disgusting. Well, you can fuck off if you want a yes man. If he wants to bring in a yes man, you can stay at Newcastle. Honestly, he can stay at Newcastle if he's going to bring in a yes. If he's planning on bringing in a yes man, then we're screwed. But Ten Hag is going to get a new contract, so hopefully we won't bring in a yes man. Hopefully that's all behind us now. Richard says, yeah, it's okay saying you're a lifelong fan, but Jim Ratcliffe didn't become a billionaire without being a sly businessman. Tarek says, I'm in the off-south. They're getting Gareth Southgate to complete Brexit FC. Yeah, Southgate is a shit manager, and I don't want them. No. No. Jay says, I heard Doogie as director of football. I highly rate him. I mean, it's just yeah, but the problem is we're competing with, Newcastle want what? Newcastle want 15 mil or something like that. And yeah, I don't know. I just don't I don't know. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to that Doogie guy. Just once he hasn't I'm sure Dan Ashworth is good, but then again, a Newcastle fan commented on one of our posts on Twitter, and he basically said, Eddie Howe. What he basically said, him and Eddie Howe don't really get along. And when you find that Dan Ashford and Eddie Howe don't really get along, and this come from a Newcastle fan, like that worries you. Then that worries you. That is you going to get along with our manager, and is that why he wants a yes man? Maybe Eddie Howe's not a yes man, and that's why Dan Ashford would prefer Manchester United to bring in a yes man, because then he can tell them what to do. Simple as that. There's probably a clause in the contract that makes it easier for them to sack him. But we'll have to find out when it's all sealed. Richard, weird how you haven't crossed lines yet before. I'm always around on YouTube, lol. It's nice to have people get along with each other in the chat as well. That's what I like to see. I mean, Jay, it's nice to have you in. It's nice that we have crossed paths. So Ten Hag ain't their guy. Whoops. Gareth Southgate couldn't manage the kits. Yeah, he couldn't. No. Jesus Christ, he couldn't. Oh my God, he can barely. Yeah, no. Yeah, Jesus Christ. You love it. Ashworth is a clown. Him and Jim the Rat Glazer. Rahel says, let's be Southgate out before he joins, so a message is clear to the board. Oh, look, I'm planning on getting a shirt made with Southgate out. Or let's just stand out, just go get like a big sign and a t-shirt going around saying, Southgate out, Southgate out. Just get him out. And he's not even there yet, but still, even standing, go over to Germany and all, looking Southgate out. Obviously, because England in the Euros, that's why I'm going to go over to Germany. Mental. Richard says, you look out for you, Jay. We're also on Twitter as well, actually. So if anyone wants to follow our Twitter page, I'd appreciate if you could do that. The links is in the description, so if you could please do follow us there, and Instagram, I'd really, really, really appreciate that. Because then we could talk a lot more through there also. But yeah, Tarek says, yeah, look, Southgate, if he can't win anything with England, you have quality players, well, then he's never going to win anything. He's never going to win anything. Like, Gareth Southgate probably won't manage any team again after he leaves England. Like, he probably won't manage any team. And that's just how it is. Okay, Richard, look it up. I'm around MFC Realist and Piggy if you've heard of him. Sorry, I don't mean to ruin the channel. No, I'm sure many people know most of them channels as well. As well. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't mind people promoting channels, to be blunt with you. Just once our channel can be promoted alongside that, I'm more than happy. But I know some people can be a bit weird when it comes to posting fan channels and all that crap. I can promise you this, if Southgate ever comes through the gates at Old Trafford, I won't be near it until he leaves. Yeah. I agree, Richard. Jay says, I'll for sure. I'll for sure promote the channel on my circle. Thanks, Jay. I really do appreciate that, man. I really do appreciate that. Big legend. Tarek says, is Shreff Paddock your favourite Man United fan channel? Yeah, I'll probably always watch the Paddock, to be brutally honest with you. Like, we've had Jay Motty on the channel. He was an absolute legend. He's actually helped us a lot, actually. So definitely want to have him on again. So yeah, love LJ. Rahil says we need to finish in the top 2 this season. This should be our target. I hope so. But top 4, I'm gonna probably have it as that. As well. I'm on Piggy. I had a fallout with Jarvis. I really like CTV Ransom Bands and yours. Well, thanks, Tariq. I do. Look, again, most fan channels are very good fan channels as well. Like, I mean, like, again, like, not just fan channels, but like just other football channels in general. Like, you know what I mean? Like, some are good. Some are just a bit over the top. You know what I mean? Some are just a bit over the top as well. But yeah. Jay says, I stay well away from United stand in that circle. I keep to realism. Most people, right, and I don't like, again, I'm not a person who speaks crap, but may as well. Do say that. Do say that. Like, you feel like that the United stand is a bit, is it clickbait and all that sort of crap? Like, don't go wrong, Goldbridge can be a funny guy and all that, but yeah, not me. And this is realism. Trust me, what you see is what you get. Other clubs already completing transfers. We need to get everything done before pre-season to give Ten Hag more time, says Rahul. I mean, look, I'm sure Ten Hag. I think a bit of news came out actually that Ten Hag would prefer to have a couple of signings in before the pre-season starts, and so would I. I'd love to have 2, 3, 4 players in before the pre-season starts. The pre-season doesn't start till, is it the middle of July? So definitely would love to bring in a couple of players before pre-season because we need to. We need to big time to gel them into the team. Basically, the last thing you want to do is sign a player and then you have them playing for one pre-season game or maybe none and throw them in the first game. Can't be signing people like on. Jay, the man, he knows nothing. Mark Goldschmidt. Oh yeah, Mark Goldschmidt. And then Tarek has another name from him as well. Goldfish sold the soul to SEG and the club. Brent is a forest. Oh, he's blaming his name is Brent. Yeah, his name is Brent. Yeah. Jay, I'd rather watch washing dry. Yeah. Rahul said we can't be signing people on the last day of the transfer window. No, exactly. Definitely not. Definitely not. But yeah, no, like, I stand couldn't. Yeah, no. If I was on that channel, I'd have to keep it real. I couldn't talk. I couldn't. I just couldn't. But yeah, hopefully, like back to the signings, back to Rahul's comment. I hope that we don't delay. You know what I mean? Oh, look at all this money we have. Yeah, you have to spend that. Pogback, says Tariq. Nah, no thanks. No, thank you. Thank you very much. But look, yeah, Lowell says Tariq. We don't want Pogback. We don't want Ineos and the Glazers to rob us, to take dividends day, D-Day. Fucking hate that shit. But yeah, here's hoping that we can have a good transfer window as well. Rahul says we want to be competing for the league, but our transfer activity and budgets are mid-club level. Yeah, that is a big problem. £50 million, and then whatever player. Then if we sell players, then that includes that. So 50 mil, and then any player sales added on to that. Like 50 mil in general is just shit. I think Arsenal had like 150, 200 mil. 50 million. Arsenal won fuck all. We won FA Cup and win the Europa League. So if you finish second place, I win fuck all. You get more money. Fair enough. Pogba destroyed our dressing room, says Jay. Oh, look, him gone. Brilliant. Bit of news from Fabrizio. He has said that one of the reasons why Erik ten Hag has been offered a new deal is because Manchester United want to protect him from the media and prevent any talk of a job being in danger. The media love Manchester United. Jay says, I'm not expecting much this window. Glazers still own 80% and they're very slow. Look at the takeover Ten Hag decision. Exactly. That's why, I wouldn't be surprised if we, don't be surprised if we don't sign players this month at all. I can't remember last time I got my hopes up when it comes to Manchester United signing and selling players, and the same with managers too. I hold my breath. If I held my breath for as long as, if I held my breath now until we signed a player, I'd be dead. Tarek says Pogba hate was disgraceful, Islamophobic, and racially driven. I don't. I don't. I don't. Well. I'm sure people here, anyways, weren't in that because yeah. Jay says I loved Pogba at Juve, Rahul, but you must admit you changed a lot of our players and made them lazy. Tariq was it? No, Rahul he meant. I won't be surprised if they give Ten Hag loan players like Amrabat, Weghorst, etc., and then claim we are competing for the league. To hypocrisy. Yeah, I mean, look, I hope we don't. I hope we don't do that. I really, really hope. Yes, it was. Well, no. I'm sure. Look, maybe he did get racially abused and all that, but the people. What I'm saying, the people in this chat watching aren't in that thing. So yeah, and I definitely didn't. Like if player, yeah, no, Jesus, bit far that if anyone did do that. But yeah, look, I hope we don't do that. I hope we don't do that. You know, I hope Lingard. Yeah, Lingard. No, look, let's stop bringing back old players. It's all about the future, not the past. But yeah, like again, let's see what happens. But don't be surprised if fucking we bring in some free agent strikers. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're linked to these players, but like, I hold my breath big time. Really do. We're bringing some 40-year-old from Spain who we've never heard before. So, what striker would you like? Says Jay. Well, there's been a bit of talks, like realistically, like we're talking about man want Tony. I never said I wanted Tony. Never said that. Probably only about yourself, though. To be fair, Xerxes looks like he could be decent. Garassi, like I'm being realistic now. Like I'm being realistic. I know we've been linked with Tony, Jonathan David, Dominic Calvert-Lewin has popped his injury head in there. That one, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Jonathan David, no, Tony, attitude problems. You know what I mean? Suppose even Thomas Frank don't really see eye to eye. That's the eye to eye, but he's that sort of player that loves the dressing room to be wild, but years ago striker Ivan Tony. Maybe Xerxes or Garassi. Maybe. The reason we can't get rid of these players is because we don't have the financial means to replace them. So exactly, we're skinned. We get rid of a player for 30 mil, and then you never know. Oh yeah, sorry about that, Tariq. When I read it back, yeah, no, I do apologise about that. Tony has a swagger. Says Tariq. Dyer or Gimenez, I want him. Yeah. No worries. I did want Sesko, but oh well. Yes, I actually would have liked Benjamin Sesko, but I would have liked him. But I'd probably settle with a Garassi or Xerxes. But we've been talking a lot more Xerxes talks than other players like that. But yeah, it is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is, unfortunately. Extending his contract or RB Leipzig. But yeah, we should have. But Xerxes, I wouldn't mind. Richard says Papa got booted out of our club not because of race, religion, or colour. It was because he was a lazy bastard. He thought he was bigger than their club. Where is he now? I don't think he plays football now because he's banned, something like that. So, Tariq says Xerxes or Tony. Rahil says I want to see at least one or two academy players promoted this season. Well, you never know. I mean, last season he came through. Mainu came up. Mainu. Kampala came in late on. You know what I mean? Kampala came in late on. Banned, yeah, he's banned. For doping or something like that. Well, look, enough about Paul Pogba. Yeah, so look, I mean, Collier maybe. You never know. You never know who we could see up. Richard says he'd like Garassi. Vardy for a season. Oh Jesus, no! Come on, let's be normal here. But look, we've been live for nearly an hour and 18 minutes now. So look, we're going to hit the road. Rahul says Alvaro Fernandez looks good. He does, but look, I think he's gone to Benfica now. So, that's he's saying that Benfica have signed to him. So, doesn't look like we were getting him back, which is a bit of a kick in the teeth as well. Pogba was scapegoated. Garassi or Xerxes says Richard. Yeah, one of them too. But look, we're going to hit the road, Reds. Appreciate you all joining me today. If you haven't liked the video yet or subscribed, I'd appreciate if you could do so. And please do share the channel around. I'd really, really would appreciate that if you could share it around, all that sort of stuff. You're all a bunch of legends. Tomorrow night, join me for the watch-alongs, the watch-along. Germany, Scotland. It is tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Should be live around half hour, 15 minutes before, so depending on how time goes. But there will be a watch-along. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. Don't think there'll be a preview, a news show, because I have a driver lesson tomorrow at 2 o'clock before. So then tomorrow night, maybe we could have it early in the morning. We'll see how the day goes. We can see how the morning goes. So there may not be. We'll see. But tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, watch-alongs for the Euros. It's going to be a good bit of crack. We're going to talk about everything and just enjoy the game because, thanks, Richard, pal, legend, and big up to you, Tariq, as well, man. And Jay, nice to meet you too, and take care. And again, thanks, buddy, for watching. All a bunch of legends, and I'll speak to you all on the next one.